Good morning. I'm pleased to welcome you to this video. If this lesson is useful to you, you can subscribe the channel for more teaching videos. Exam 1. Question and answer. Today, we will study how to write an answer for an essay typed question in literature. First, we should know how to identify the keywords in the question. We have a question today to answer. Let me read the question first. What is missing in the speaker as a soldier? Critically analyze your points with reference to the poem An Irish Airman Forces is Death, written by William Butler Yeats. In the question, I have identified some words, some keywords. The first keyword I have identified the speaker, and then the soldier, and then the title of the poem, and fourth set of keywords is the order of this poem. So identifying the keywords in the question is your first responsibility in answering, providing your answer or writing your answer successfully. So we will study how to write our answer for this question. The structure of the answer or the section of the answer, we can divide our answer into 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. The answer is divided into 3 parts: introduction, body, and conclusion. In the introduction parts, we write 3 sentences. The first sentence, write 1 sentence about the keywords in the question. In the first sentence, you have to write the keywords that you have identified from the question. Second, write your stance or your position about the question. It will be your thesis statements. Third one, outline what you are to write in the body parts. So you can repeat what you write in the introduction parts. Introduction parts, first sentence. The poem An Irish Airman Forces His Death by William Butler Yeats has been written from the point of view of an Irish soldier named Major Robert Gregory, who died in World War I. In my first sentence for the introduction, you can see I have written about the speaker, about the soldier, about the title of the poem, and about the writer in my first sentence. I have written my first sentence including the information, including the keywords that I have identified from the question. You can see that the first sentence of the introduction part has been written with the keywords identified from the question. The second sentence, however, there are certain qualities which are absent in the speaker as a soldier. They are patriotism, hatred, political support, and people's encouragements for his involvements in the war. It is the second sentence that I write in the introduction part for my answer. The third sentence of the introduction part, in the third sentence, as I mentioned earlier, I outline what I am to write in my body parts. Let's analyze them in detail in the following paragraphs. So we will have the introduction paragraph, all the three sentences together under introduction paragraph. This slide shows all the three sentences together for the introduction paragraph. The poem An Irish Airman Foresees His Death by William Butler Yeats has been written in the point of view of an Irish soldier named Major Robert Gregory, who died in World War I. However, there are certain qualities which are absent in the speaker as a soldier. They are patriotism, hatred, political support, and people's encouragement for his involvements in the war. Let's analyze them in detail in the following paragraphs. It is a model answer. It is a model answer, a sample introduction paragraph for the question. Similarly, you also can compose your introduction paragraph. Now, we will move to the body part of our answer. In the body of our answer, we have 4 points, and each point is described in separate paragraphs. Therefore, we have used 4 different paragraphs to describe 4 different points. The first point we have taken to include to our body of the answer, absent of patriotism towards Britain. In the second paragraph, we will describe about the speaker does not hate the enemies. In the third paragraph, the points the speaker is not given political support will be described. In the fourth paragraph, the speaker does not have people's encouragements. This point will be discussed in detail. We can see we have taken 4 key points to compose our body of our answer, and each point is analyzed or described in separate paragraph. we will see how to compose separate paragraphs for each point. Paragraph composition. Usually, even though there are differences of approaches, usually you can write the topic sentence first. That sentence will be informative. Then you give supportive details for your topic sentence, and then you can write your concluding sentence. When you include all this information to write a paragraph, you can compose a beautiful paragraph. For example, the topic sentence for our first paragraph, the poem reveals the absence of patriotism in the speaker's heart towards Britain and its rulers. This is our topic sentence. This is our first sentence of the first paragraph. For this sentence, we can provide supportive details. For that, we can give historical evidence. We can mention the techniques which elaborate the absence of patriotism in the poem. And we can support with the lines taken from the poem. Finally, we can write the concluding sentence. In the concluding sentence, we can provide our opinion, how it impacts in the poem and in readers' minds. When we provide all these informations, we can compose a beautiful paragraph. The first paragraph, we will see how to compose the first paragraph for the body parts. The first sentence of this paragraph is the topic sentence. The poem reveals the absence of patriotism in the speaker's heart towards Britain as his head of state. You know that we have taken 4 points to write our answer. Using the first point, I have written one sentence. That is the first sentence of the first paragraph. That is written in black letters. The part written in blue letters indicates the details, supportive details for the first sentence. I will read the supportive details. Due to the imperialistic and oppressive rules of Britain, the Irish people suffered a lot, which did not allow the speaker to love the British monarchy. See how historical information I provide for the supportive details. This led to the absence of patriotism in the speaker's heart towards Britain, though he fought for them. The contradictory explicit statement in the poem, "Those that I guard, I do not love," explains this concept well. I have taken the line from the poem to support to support the sentence I have written initially. It is paradoxical that the speaker guards the people whom he does not love. Paradoxical is a technique. So to support as supportive details for the first sentence, I have written all the sentences in blue in color. When you read the sentences blue in color, you can understand how they support the first sentence written to compose this paragraph. The final sentence written in black letter concludes this paragraph. As the speaker does not express his love or his sincere attachment towards the people he guards, the absence of patriotic feeling of the speaker is articulated well in the poem, which differentiates the speaker from an ideal soldier. We will see how to compose our second paragraph. With the second point that we have taken, we are going to compose our second paragraph. For the second paragraph, we write our topic sentence. Hatred is another typical characteristic of a soldier which motivates him to fight with his enemies in a battlefield. Then I am going to give supportive details. From the word however, you can see the sentences which are in red indicates the supportive details I have given for the first sentence. Let me read those sentences now. However, as far as the speaker in this poem is concerned, he does not hate the enemies with whom he fights in the battlefield. Another contradictory statement, those that I fight, I do not hate, discloses it well. This unusual explicit statement intensifies his true motive to participate in the battlefield. The sentence in black in color, shows the concluding statements of the writer. On the other hand, the hatred towards his opponents has been absent in the speaker as a characteristic of a sincere fighter, which shows the speaker as an unusual character. We will see how we can compose our third paragraph. With our third point, we can compose our third paragraph. Now, the poem does not reveal any information of any political support for his involvements in the war. You know, as our third point, we have taken the absence of political support. With that point, we have written one sentence. The poem does not reveal any information of any political support for his involvements in the war. For this sentence, I am going to give supportive details. The sentences in red in color shows how the first sentence is supported with evidence. The phrase "no public men" clearly shows whether he was supported politically. The diction no, which repeats in the poem, emphasizes the denial of the speaker of any support in this kind, as the term public men stands for politicians or public figures symbolically. The final sentence is the concluding sentence. Though it is unusual, the soldier involved in the war without the support of politicians, evidently. So we have written our third paragraph as well in the similar way. We will see how to compose our fourth paragraph. We have taken 4 points. Using each point is discussed in separate paragraph. Here we can see how we can describe our 4th points. Furthermore, I have used one linking word here. The speaker does not have people cheers either. People. So the first sentence has been the topic sentence here. The sentences in blue indicates its supportive details. The phrase no cheering crowds indicates the absence of people's encouragements in his task as a soldier. When the speaker involves in an irrelevant task for his betterments or for the happiness of his own people, it is not surprising to see the absence of his fellow people's motivations. So I conclude, in addition, his explicit statement of the irrelevant outcomes of the war to his people discloses how the soldier has been vulnerable in that war, which is another example for what is missing in the speaker as a soldier. You can see how beautifully I have composed my 4th paragraph. So the conclusion is the 3rd section of our answer. First section, introduction. Second section, body. The body has been written in 4 paragraphs using 4 different points. Each point is discussed in each paragraph. Conclusion part is the summary of my answer, what I have written in the body parts. I have used a linking word here in summary. The poem shows what misses in the speaker as a soldier, which indicates the vulnerability of the fighter and his people at that time under the imperialistic intentions of Britain. Therefore, the soldier in this poem stands apart as far as certain traditional key characteristics of a soldier are concerned. So I have summarized what I have written in the body parts. I have summarized the answer I have written in the conclusion part. Hope you understood. Well, it is a model answer. You can write your answer in the similar way. You can adapt various approaches as well. However, for the beginner learner, if you find difficulties to write answers for the essay typed questions, especially for the literature subjects, If you do practices and if you can read relevant materials regarding your topic, you can improve your writing skills. Hope you will do enough practices to improve your writings. You can see how I have answered, how I have provided a model answer for the question with the 4 points that I have taken to use for the body parts. It is the end of my presentation. I will meet you in another videos. If this lesson useful to you, you can subscribe the channel for more teaching videos. Thank you.